What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today is Saturday, the day before 4th of July, so July 3rd. We are at College Pond again. We're going to be fishing with chicken livers today. As you can see from behind me, they got flags all up in preparation for the 4th. It looks really nice. Chicken livers have been something that's been around since forever. I used to fish chicken livers when I was little with my dad. It's kind of a love-hate kind of bait because it's cheap, it's everywhere, it's easy to put on the hook, but then it's easy for it to fall off the hook as well. So it does take some getting used to. There's a whole bunch of different methods you can use to actually fish with chicken livers. I'm gonna kind of talk about those here in a second, and I'll kind of show you what I do. It's a lot different from what a lot of other people do. You may see some channels suggest it. It's what I like to use because I can put it on there, not have to worry about my bait coming off. I could chunk it as far as I want to. I'm not losing half of my bait because it's getting flung off the hook. So let me get set up and I'll bring you guys back and we'll take a look. Back in a second. All right, so the first way I used to rig my hook with chicken liver is we would always use a treble hook, right? Because again, you have 3 hooks, 1, 2, 3, triple the hookup rate if you get lucky. So we would always use this. Now I'll show you the chicken livers here in a second, but it's a liver. It's just a big old chunk of meat. So when you're using the chicken livers, sometimes it comes off in pieces, but it's better if you don't rip it off. I guess if you want to kind of compare it to something, you know how a grape is pretty solid, but once you squish it, it's like the insides is just really just mushy. It's kind of something like that. So you don't ever want to pull chicken liver apart. You want to cut it with scissors or a knife. That way it stays together. So what we would do is we would hook the chicken liver here, and then whatever's hanging, you turn your hook it again, and keep doing that same thing until all of it's hooked on all 3 hooks. Like I said, it's real soft. So if you're chunking it far, more times than not, when you throw it out there, your weight's gonna go one way, and then you're gonna be like, God dang it, that's my freaking chicken liver, and you get thrown off. That's never fun because you gotta reel it back in. So if you're fishing fairly close to the bank, then yeah, you could do it that way. You could just go ahead and hook it as many times as you want to and just lob it. You don't want to actually just jerk it because you'll pull that hook right through that chicken liver, and there goes your bait. So treble hooks, if you want to, you can do it that way. I don't like fishing treble hooks, like I said, because to me, they're more of a pain than anything. So let me grab another hook. So again, these are the octopus or the circle hooks that we use. Hopefully you can see that. So again, people will sit there and they'll hook it, whatever's hanging, they'll keep hooking. But then like I said, if you cast it hard, you're flinging that bait off. If you're lobbing it nice and gently, then yeah, you're probably good. What I want to do is throw about halfway out to the pond. So for me just to throw chicken liver on a hook like this, it's gonna fly off. I know for a fact it is. Now there's different types of ways you can rig it up. There's something called like bait thread. I'm gonna put a picture up here. It looks like just a long spool of like an elastic thread. And what you do is you hook the liver and you'll turn it sideways and it's kind of like hanging down, and you just wrap it around your chicken liver and your hook until you're done. And if you ever cooked like let's say a ham or a roast where you're wrapping it with that butcher's twine when you put it in the oven, that's what it ends up looking like. I'll see if I can find a picture and put it up here. I don't like doing that because to me it's just too much work. They sell a bait mesh which comes like in a tube to where you put it in there and you tie a knot, you fill it with your chicken liver, tie it again, and then you put it on here. Too much trouble. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the other method that I've used for a while now. I know it's kind of funny, but it works. It's not very expensive. You're not having to buy specialized stuff. You can find it anywhere. Yeah, it might be kind of embarrassing to go buy it, but trust me, it's worth it. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me grab it real quick. All right, so here's the secret, okay? Don't laugh. You better not laugh because it works. I promise you it works. Is pantyhose. I just any pantyhose. Actually, it is any pantyhose. It doesn't matter. So I went to Dollar General and I couldn't find them. I'm like, God dang it, man. I don't want to do this. So I had to go to the front and I'm like, excuse me, sir. Do you guys have pantyhose? Now, it's cool because he didn't make a big deal. He didn't laugh. He didn't chuckle. He was like, oh, yeah, it's just right down over there. So I go to get the pantyhose, and usually it's in that long cardboard. I don't know if you ever shop for pantyhose, but it was in that thing. And usually it's like small, medium, large, extra large, and okay, cool, whatever. No, these had like different sizes, Q++, and I'm like, man, I have no idea what that is. So on the back of it at least tells you Q++ is extra large. So When I say get the big ones, I'm saying that because it gives you more material to work with. You can, you know, cut yourself more pieces to fish with. They have like the black, white, nude, just whatever kind. I would say go with the nude because when you look at that chicken liver, it's going to be brown or bloody brown, or, you know, just depending. So you want that kind of that same tone of color. So with this one, it's the size Q++, which is the big ones, and then it's the nude. So give me a second, let me open it up. Let's just go ahead and do it real quick. So when you do this, as tempting it may be, don't go to your wife's cabinet or drawer or whatever and use hers, right? You could, but the reason why I say that is because, you know, you don't want there to be any like smells from lotion or perfume on the pantyhose. You know, you don't want it to be as normal or as natural as possible. Yeah, this probably is going to smell natural to fish, but when compared to something that has perfume or lotion on it, especially if it's very fragrant, you know, some women like to have real nice smelling fragrances on them. You don't want that on your bait either. So what you'll do, so this is the, you know, hold the long pieces, the leg. So this is what it looks like, right? This is the foot part. So you're gonna cut off a square about this big. So since it comes in a tube, right, because your leg goes through it, you're actually gonna cut it and then cut it in half. So let me show you real quick. All right, so I'm just gonna cut off. So we're gonna cut off the toe. We don't need the toe. That's not gonna do us any good. And then so you're gonna cut off, like I said, just about a section about like that. Okay, so here we are. So it does stretch out pretty good. So what you'll do, since like I said, it comes in a tube because your leg goes through it, you're gonna cut that in half one time. So when you cut that in half, then you're stuck, or you're left with this thing right here. And so what you're gonna end up doing is I'll bring you in a lot closer. This stretch is a lot bigger too. I'll show you how to rig it up, how you tie it, and it's really quick. I promise you it's a lot quicker, a lot easier than anything else that I've used. Like I said, I've been using it for a long time. It's cheap. That thing of pantyhose is like $2.50. That's nothing. The chicken livers was $1.99. So basically for $4.50, you can come out here, fish for a few hours with it. I can promise you the fish are gonna eat it up. So give me a second, let me come right back. I'm gonna bring you back in a little bit closer. You can see how I rig it up. Be back in a second. Okay, so come over here real quick. We're gonna show you how you start it off. So what you're gonna do before you tie on your hook or anything, you're gonna go ahead and grab some of your line. I'd say maybe about 12 to 18 inches. It doesn't really matter. So you're gonna be using that here in a second. And then again, this is the pantyhose that we're gonna be using. So you'll take your chicken liver, and it's really messy. So when you look at your chicken liver, it's gonna be bloody. So these are the pieces that I was saying. There's gonna be a big chunk of it, and then below that there's something else. Below that there's something else. So sometimes it comes in little bitty pieces, and that's okay. So what you'll do, and so we're gonna come down here a little on the ground, a little closer. So we're gonna take your chicken liver. Take my scissors off. So like I said, you don't wanna cut it. I mean, you don't wanna use your hands and pull it apart, as tempting as it may be. So you'll actually just cut it. Cut through the chicken liver like that. So now you have your piece. So what you're gonna do, take your pantyhose, you're gonna open it up, you're gonna put that chicken liver right in the middle of it, okay? And then what you're gonna do is gather everything at the top. So you're making like a little bitty, I don't know, a little ball, I guess you could say, of chicken livers. So, and I usually give it a little, I don't know what you call that. I do this number to it because it pushes it out towards the end, and I'll tie it. So what that does is it forces it into a ball. So what you're gonna do with the line that you took, you're gonna leave, you know, 3 or 4 inches like that. And then you're just gonna go and start going around and around and around. So basically what you're doing is you're sealing up. If you can see right there, you're sealing up that little bitty bag that you just created. It doesn't matter how many times you go around it. I mean, that's not really important. When you're done, what's left over, you're gonna tie into a knot. And that's gonna close your bag. Some places I've seen them, or some people, where they'll do their bag, but they won't tie it like I tie it. They'll actually, they'll hook the end of the pantyhose onto their hook, and that's how they keep it closed. I don't like doing that because when you're slinging it out there, there's chances that it may open up. So like this, I've got my line tied to the bottom of it. That's not going anywhere. If you don't do this, if you just have the chicken liver on the hook by itself, little fish are gonna come and start picking. Like I said, this stuff is I mean, look at that. It comes apart like nothing. It's like a really firm jello, if I could explain it. And the little fish they'll pick it to death. If you do it like this, they're not gonna pull it through that pantyhose, but then the blood and everything else, all the fluids that's in the chicken liver can come out. It'll attract the fish and whatever. So the only thing you have to do from here is to cut it. Now don't cut it too close because you want it to open up so that that knot doesn't slide off. So I usually cut it just a little bit higher, maybe a quarter of an inch or so, like that. You see how it kind of fans out? That'll keep that knot from sliding off the end. So when you have it like this, when you hook it, you can throw that chicken liver as hard as you want to. It's not going to come off. You don't have to worry about little fish pulling it off or nothing like that. I mean, that's perfect. You could do this beforehand. Let's say you're at home or whatever. You want to do it, get a whole bunch of them ready. But like I said, usually you won't lose these, so you don't have to have a whole bunch of them ready when you go fishing. You have a whole tub full. So you can see we just used a little bit of it. It'll last you a long ways. It's only $2. So let's go ahead and get this tied up, and we'll chunk it out, see if we can catch some fish. All right, so I'm ready to throw out. So this is what we got. So I have a 1.5 ounce no roll sinker. I have a split shot, and then past that I have about maybe 12 inches of line, and then I have my circle hook. So here's the bag of chicken livers. So we're gonna hook it right through the middle, push it through, push it through, push it through, push it through the other end, and it's on there. It's not gonna, you have your barb too, that's gonna keep it from popping off. So like I said, you could chunk this, it's not gonna come off. If it does, then you maybe didn't tie it right. So it's another couple of methods that I've seen, and I'm kind of trying to look sideways, is some people like to cure it with salt. So you'll basically lay the chicken livers out on a pan, like a cookie sheet or something, sprinkle it with salt, put it outside, let it dry, flip it over, keep putting the salt on it. It ends up looking something like beef jerky. To me, if I were a fish, I wouldn't find that very, I don't know, it wouldn't tempt me. I wouldn't be like, oh, this is chicken liver jerky. No, I wouldn't mess with it. You know, I think the way it is in its natural state, with it being fresh, with the blood and everything in it, I think is best. There's also a preservative you can add to it. It's a pink colored kind of preservative. I'll put it up here. I forgot the name of it. I'll put a link of it, or I'll put a picture of it over here in the corner. They've done that too. Again, it cures it, makes it hard. To me, it doesn't look tempting. If I see something like what I had thrown out there, if I were a fish, I would think, you know, that looks pretty good. Let me go ahead and take a nibble of that. Like I said, there's plenty of methods out there. You know, try whatever you want to. But from what I've done in the past, for me, this has always been really good because I don't have to sit there and make sure that they don't yank it off my hook. You know, I don't have to sit there and wonder, is it still on my hook? I know it's on there. Now the thing with chicken livers too, same thing with weenies and bread. You're gonna get fish, mostly catfish, maybe sometimes carp, but then turtles. Turtles, they love the chicken liver too. So with this one, if something's just hitting it, again, it's probably just gonna be a turtle. If something hits it and takes off, it's gonna be a fish. It's not gonna be a turtle. So we'll see. I'm gonna go and get the other one set up, and then we'll come back in just a second. Oh. I can't tell. If I got him, he's little.
Got one?
I don't know. Yeah, I got him. He's a little bitty though. Either that or he's swimming towards me. Oh! He popped off. Freaking punk. He got off. So, you can see I still have my liver. So even though he was on there, I could feel him pulling. He didn't get my liver. So sometimes if they're a big fish and they stretch it out, you can actually come and then hook your liver again. So when you do that, make sure that that barb passes that pantyhose. So it's a little bit better now. So sometimes if you get a big one, it will kind of rip it, but they're not going to pull it off. I can guarantee you that. So didn't lose my bait, and I know that they're actually hitting them now. So we'll see. Try again. Look. Ugh. Oh, sweet Jesus. Carlitos, reel this one in, please, Roberto. Dude, this is another big one, dude.
This one?
Yeah, the yellow one. No. He's going to take all my line. No. He's running. I got to stay in my... Come on. Dude, that would be so awesome. Let me tighten up my drag a little. Come on. He's big. Oh, watch it be a turtle. I'd be so mad. It don't feel like a turtle though. He was running. Turtles don't run like that. Oh, it is a turtle. No. Oh, you freaking punk. That's a big turtle. Yeah, turtle soup. So let's try and drag them up. I want to show you how big these turtles get. I don't know if we'll be able to land them because I'm scared to grab them. Okay, he's coming up. God. Oh, he's freaking strong. Oh. Oh, he snapped it. God. There you go. Woo! Jesus Christ. So that's why I'm saying it's not fun to catch turtles. I'd rather catch catfish. But man, when you catch one, oh my God, I've never felt one run like that. I honestly thought it was a catfish because when you hit it, he was like, it's because I caught his back leg. I don't know if you saw that. Like I said, usually when I catch those turtles, I foul hook them. I'll get him in the two front hands or the feet. That one, it was his back left foot. So when he was trying to swim, that's why I thought it was a catfish. So that was a good 5-10 minute fight. I don't know, my freaking arms are sore. So we'll throw it out there again so we can catch. Fingers crossed. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Oh no! Pulled it out of his mouth. Nah. Cause he was, well, I mean, I don't know. He was going sideways with it. Wow, he ripped it. Oh no. So from time to time, they will rip it. If they're big enough, if they have a good enough hold on it. So what happens sometimes, see if I can do it this way. Maybe not. There we go. So usually when you have that bag on there, the bag's hanging on the bottom, right? If that fish comes and he grabs everything below it and you pull it, then yeah, there's a chance you're not going to get him. So that probably happened here because you can see it ripped the bag. There's just a little bit left. And then there, of course, there's nothing on the hook. So unless they come and grab the whole thing, then you might have that issue. So no big deal. They're hitting the chicken livers. I'm not worried about it. We'll get one here in a minute. Promise. So one other thing I want to show you when you're using pantyhose, in order to get this off, you would think normally you would try and pull it past the barb, but usually it's kind of hard to do, right? Because that barb's in the way, it's holding onto that pantyhose. You have two options. You can start getting your knife and coming this way with it. What I'll do is I'll just pull it to the back like this. So it's at the bottom, and then just take your scissors and then snip it off here. That's the easiest way to do it. Don't try pulling it over the hook and fighting with the barb and maneuvering where the barb doesn't catch it. You know, it's not gonna work. Like I said, pull it to the bottom, cut it right here, and then just go ahead and rebait it, throw it back out. Little tip. Okay, so I haven't been able to catch one yet, but Carlitos is on catfish number 2. He's using bread though. So like I said, bread's really good out here. We're gonna weigh him up. Okay, let's see, 1.79. Not that bad. 1.79 pounds. Nice little catfish. Got him off the bread. He didn't get skunked this time. All right, go ahead, take him. Good job. Did he drop it? Oh, he got it. Got him. Oh, I think that's a fish. Come on, god dang it. Better be. Yeah, that's a fish. He's fighting. He's fighting. Yeah. There we go. Nice little kitty. It's a catfish. And up and out of the water. Woo! Baby. There we go. So look. Freaking chicken livers right in the mouth. Can I do this? Can you hit me with my pliers? Or Bethel? Oh, I bet you hooked himself good. Hopefully I can pull it out. One thing about these catfish compared to freaking bass, my God, their mouth is a lot tougher. There we go. Yeah, get your buckle grip. So there it is. I'm guessing 1.5 pounds or so. It'd be funny if they could spit. 1.5 pounds is what I'm saying. 1.06, so basically 1 pound. A little 1 pounder. So that's not bad. Like I said, they're good to catch. You could keep them to eat if you wanted to flay them. Calm down. There you go. But yeah, so finally, I think it's funny. We're starting to get a lot of cloud cover now, and that's when they're starting to bite. So maybe they weren't liking that hot weather. So we'll keep throwing them out. See if we can catch a couple more before hopefully it don't start raining on us. We'll see. Hi, Brisa. Hi, Brisa. It's another kitty cat. He's a pretty kitty. That's a bigger one. He's a big one. Not too shabby. Off my liver balls. Got him. Got him. 1.53 with the BOGO, which was 0.04, so about 1.5 pounds. Cool. Not too shabby. Ugh. So this is the third one. The second one I caught, I couldn't land. Well, I didn't get it. The video crapped out on me. My battery died on my phone. So the third catfish, second turtle. So give it a few more minutes. Got him. Got him. He's messing with the ducks. That's a catfish. Catfish are finally coming out. We were fighting with them turtles all day. No, don't hit us. Finally the catfish are out. Oh, that's good. Excuse the sniffless. Come on, cutie, cutie.
Came with the same distance.
Come on, cutie, cutie.
Watch out. It's gonna pop.
Another good one.
That's the same one, is it?
It's not the same. That's bigger.
Is it recording?
Wow, it better be recording. Woo!
I'm kidding. I should press stop.
Oh, multitasking. I can't reach it. I need help. Hand me the pliers, please. All right, and your buckle grips.
Well, that's beating me by 2 now.
Can you hold my pole, please? I should have put more slack in that. Got him.
What's my phone?
There's my liver balls. 1.57, so 1.53, a little over 1.5 pounds.
About the same as the last one.
About the same. Different one, but still. Good little, that'd be a good little eating size. Sorry, Mom, I'm not gonna keep them. I'm gonna chunk them back. All right, everybody, I think that's gonna do it for today. We did pretty good. I caught 5 catfish, 2 of them I couldn't get on video. So 5 catfish, 2 turtles, 1 really big turtle, that one that you saw earlier. I'll probably put it in the video. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. Just wanted to show you guys how to fish with chicken liver. It's really different from worms or weenies or anything else you fish with, just because of how fragile it is. It mushes so easily. Like I said, that's the way I fish it. There's other ways to fish it as well. You're more than welcome to try the other ways. There's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, for me, this has been like the most successful way of fishing for me, where it stays on that hook. I have less chance of them coming off of it. So hopefully you learned something. I did want to say thank you to my 33 subscribers. I know it sounds funny or weird or whatever, but each time I see that subscriber count go up, I get excited, right? I'm like, oh my God, it's freaking awesome, because I do this for you guys. You know, I want to show you guys how to fish, how I fish. Hopefully it helps you guys to go out there and fish too. So, you know, I know a lot of people will watch the videos, they don't click the like button or subscribe, and that's okay. But for those of you that did, those 33 that have clicked subscribe, I wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. If you can, please take a minute, just click subscribe. That tells me that what I'm doing is making you guys happy, that it's entertaining to you guys. Hopefully I could do more of them. Like I said, I have plenty of content lined up that I want to do. I try to get out here as often as I can. But like I said, if I see you guys are appreciating it with the comments or the like or subscribes, I'll keep pumping them out. I mean, I have fun doing it for you guys, believe it or not. So Hopefully it'll probably be me another couple weeks before I do my next one. I'm thinking I'm gonna do either cut bait or maybe minnows, shad, stuff like that. We'll go to a different place other than College Pond. Like I said, I'll put the link to this place down below in case you wanted to come out here and check it out. Carlitos did pretty good on bread today, so good plus for him. He didn't get skunked like last time. But anyways, until I see y'all then, happy 4th of July and God bless.